Hi everybody, this is Rhys Barber from Audiology Associates. Welcome to day 9 of the 12 days of Waxmas. So 12 videos, 12 consecutive nights. Last one ended on Christmas night for you. So we've got 2 patients in this compilation video today. The second of these patients is well worth watching. It's only a short one, but it's quite an interesting one towards the end of that video. So keep peel for that one. So this first patient here, we've got the standard size ulnar tube in here. You can see we've got some quite sticky type wax here. It's kind of bordering on just going a little bit tougher. So we talk about a toffee consistency. Imagine stretching a piece of toffee. It's that kind of consistency we've got in here. So we've got a grip on the first section. We'll take that away, lift that up. There you go. You can see that kind of just bordering on that sort of deeper than honey color. So which means it's just on the verge of hardening up a little bit. You can see the next section now is brought forward. So we'll grab that bit. We'll take this away. Let's just slow the video down so you can see some of these bits of wax coming away here as well. This last section now has got a bit more of a sheen to it. So I think this one's a little tiny bit softer. So we're just going to pop the suction tube. As you can see, one of the cilia from the outer part of the hair going across the camera lens there. We're just slowly working on this last bit. It's formed a really, really good plug. You can't see any gap around this at all. So it's stuck completely to the canal walls on all sides. So you can imagine the effect this would have had on our patient. It would have been really dull in their ear canals here, really reduced hearing as well. It also makes it slightly more difficult to remove, only because you've got this sticky natured wax all around the outside edge, so it becomes really, really difficult to detach that because you can't wiggle because there's not enough room in there because it's stuck to the other side. So it does become a little bit more difficult. So what I'm opting to do here is pop the suction tube onto the wax, hold it there just for a second or two, which is going to allow the suction to build, and then sometimes it just creates enough suction that you can just bring it down the canal. Well, what we've done here is popped a little bit of olive oil in because it's not really budging like that. So we've popped some olive oil. I'm just taking the little bits around the outside edge away first because it can blur the camera a little bit. And you can see the olive oil's gone all the way around the edge now. Watch what happens. Look at the difference as soon as, I mean, this olive oil, a lot of people ask how long it's in the ear canal before we go back in with the suction. I've literally just applied it. So it's gone in. It takes me as long as it takes me to put the bottle back down and to pick my tools back up, and then we're back into the ear canal. But you'll see it starts to loosen. There we go. See, we're starting to get that little rocking movement back and forth to the wax there. Adopting the same technique here, holding the suction tube onto the wax and using the suction to give us the force to bring this down the canal. A little bit of wiggle now we can because we've got a bit more room around the wax. And out this pops. You can see a bit of dry skin. There you go, all underneath that. That was a big piece of dry skin. So where the wax had stuck to the canal wall, it actually stuck to a layer of dry skin in there as well. And yeah, you can see it's very, very messy behind this. So what we're going to do now, we've got the fine end on here. Let's start suctioning some of these bits and pieces away. Let's see if we can get this looking a little bit clearer in here for this patient. There was a little bit of loose wax at the entrance. We've taken that away first. The reason being is when we go in, that little piece of loose wax would probably sit just in front of the camera there. So I'm looking for any loose sections. I need to uncover this eardrum. If we leave it covered, then this patient's really not going to hear particularly well. But you can see the peel, and we talked about that layer of dry skin under that first block of wax. You can actually see as we start to bring this forwards, this kind of peeling effect on the canal as well. We've got a lovely piece of wax sitting down just in the valley, which has just got suctioned into the machine. There we are. We're taking these looser pieces around the outside edge. And let's see if we can lift this. There you go. It's delicate work because you almost have to let the suction tube do the work for you. There you go. So we're just bringing this away. It's very, very delicate work in here. There we go. Look at that peel coming away there. So all that dry skin that had been stuck to the bottom of the canal all lifted up then to come forwards. And the next section is going to do the same thing. So when you look, you remember how messy that eardrum was when we first saw it behind that wax. Take a look at it now when we take this away. There we are. It's starting to look a lot clearer in here. You can see these little fine downy hairs that are quite deep in there as well. You know how I like to approach hairs is we like to get There you go. We like to get the patient to wash those out if we can, just because it's a lot more uncomfortable to remove them. But I think we just took those out with this last little block of wax. There we are. There's the eardrum looking lovely and shiny now. So we've cleared all that away. Those couple of little looser bits you can see in there, with baths and showers, those will come away as they normally would. Just taking that last little bit. Oh, there's one little hair in there, but it's smack on the eardrum there, so it would be really uncomfortable to remove that for the patient. The reason being, if you imagine it's stuck on a flat surface, to try and remove that, you've got to try and get the suction tube onto it and lift it off the eardrum itself. Well, the difficulty is the hair is kind of this thin, your suction tube is like this, it's not going to get the grip. So that's all you're going to be doing is bopping that against the patient's eardrum, which is going to be really uncomfortable, and you really never want to be down on top of that eardrum kind of pushing against it. So with the next bath or shower, that's just going to wash that away for the patient, get it out of their ear canals. This is the patient's second ear. This is their left-hand side now. So we're just lifting from this canal wall. We've got some quite dry wax on this side, so it's just lifting off the one canal wall here. There we are. You can see it's got that kind of, see how it moves? It almost molds like clay. So as we're kind of lifting it from the canal, it's kind of bending and flexing. There we are. We've got it off the canal wall, but it's not really going anywhere. It's really kind of stuck. And we've run out of room to wiggle this now because this particular piece is blocking the entrance. So Jobson Horne comes in to save the day. We're just going to take this one away. There we are. Oh, guys, I forgot to say, if you're enjoying the video, then please give us a thumbs up. I can't talk today. And if you're really enjoying the video, then please consider subscribing. We post new earwax removal videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 PM UK time, Instagram TV, Facebook, and on YouTube. If you want to see the back catalogue, definitely check out YouTube for us. So here we are. We've got this last piece coming away now. Jobson Horne's done its magic. And as we lift this up, you can see it was a very long piece of wax. It didn't look that long as we looked at it from the entrance, but a very long piece of wax. Take a look behind it. There we are. Ear canal looks lovely and healthy. Eardrum is picture perfect. Really good. Light reflex coming down to the left-hand side. Hammer bone pointing off to the left. To be honest, this is the left side. Look at what we removed between the two ears. We got 5 centimeters, 2 inches of wax came out of that ear canal, and you can see how long and how big some of those pieces are. So a pretty big old extraction there. Right. Now this one's a quick one, but a good one, okay? So we've got some really soft ear wax in this particular patient's ear canal. You can see they've been using softening drops because the wax has just gone everywhere. But you can see we've got this central core of wax, which is still quite soft. But there is a little bit of structure to it, which means we can get a good grip on here with the standard size ulnar tube. So we're just going to take this wax away first of all. There we are. And you can see as soon as the suction tube goes on top of it, a lot of it gets sucked in. So this is the surface wax that's come into contact with those wax softening drops. But now we've got a harder piece. As we bring this down the canal, you can just see this popping out. There we are. Out it comes. So quite a big plug. And it was sitting very deep in the canal as well, this one. But what I wanted to point out to you guys, which would just tidy up a little bit, hoover these little pieces up at the entrance here, get rid of that. Here we are. Right, what you can see, if you look just above the eardrum, okay, you'll see this little white spot here, and there's another one to the right. I think this is the beginning part of surfer's ear or swimmer's ear, okay? Now, swimmer's ear or surfer's ear is basically where you get bony growths in the ear canal. Now, a lot of people think it's to do with infections in the ears following exposure to water, but that's a completely different thing. So this one now is where you get bony growths in the ear canal that start to collapse in from either side. I think that's the very beginning part of it, okay? So I think you're getting these little nodules just starting to form because it is quite common to get them in there. This is the tank shot, guys, because a lot of it did get sucked inside the machine. You'll see all the little bits in there all spattered around the outside edge. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, then please give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to join us tomorrow for day 10 of the 12 days of Waxmas. I don't know why I can't retain this information. So we'll see you tomorrow for day 10. As always, guys, take care of yourselves and one another, and we'll see you real soon.